Welcome to this week's edition of The Blitz. On today's show, we will have defensive coordinator Hank Hughes and his senior defensive end, Tim Willman. Joe D'Ambrosio will be on for a view from the booth, and we will have a special overtime segment with field hockey's Upton to talk about their national championship. So thanks for tuning in. And now, The Blitz. We are joined now by Joe D'Ambrosio for our penultimate show of the season.
Nice
I can't believe we're always here.
Penultimate. That a girl, Noonan.
Can't believe we're already at this point in the season now.
It's hard to believe, but you know the seasons now with 3 bye weeks are so long that November 30th most teams are playing their final game, but Uconn, as you noted, with penultimate, well done, has 2 to go.
All right, well, we've been waiting 364 days for this. We finally get to break down a win here for the Huskies. A much-needed victory, 28-21 over Temple, a comeback win. What were your thoughts on win number 1?
Well, at halftime, I didn't think it was going to happen. I think other than the players, coaches, and support staff, nobody figured down 21-0 the way they had played in the first half they would beat Temple. But there were so many key plays, one at the end of the first half, and then obviously in the second half, that, you know, it's a win where Uconn played better in its dominant stage than Temple played in its dominant stage.
And let's talk about that offense specifically. You mentioned how we were stalled in that first half, but we looked good in the second. The run game looked good. We notched 21 offensive points in that second half. What was your assessment of the overall offense?
I think the biggest thing, Emily, was starting and scoring on the first possession. It's the first time all year that Uconn has scored on the first possession of either the first half or the second half. The ability of Casey to make that nice pass. Jeremy got behind the defense. The line did a great job protecting them, and that gave momentum. And this week, you know, the defense followed up, much like a baseball pitcher, with a shutdown inning. They shut down Temple on the next drive, and momentum just flowed from there. Let's
talk a little bit more about that defense. They were spectacular. Tim Willman had that forced fumble and 2 fumble recoveries in that game. Yalwin Smallwood with that pick 6 that ended up being the game winner. They looked strong out there, didn't they?
They did, and as great as Yalwin's play was, I think the biggest play of the game was the Willman sack and fumble recovery. Temple was moving, and if they had scored and had made it 28-0, then I think that might have been too big of a hurdle to overcome. But on his birthday, Willman played a terrific game, rewarded by Coach T.J. Wiest along with Yalwin with defensive game balls. So I thought the Willman play at the end of the first half was the biggest play of the game.
It was really great to see that team win when we needed it, so we need to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, because now you've got 2 games, and obviously Rutgers has struggled. We'll talk a little bit about their struggles later on in the show, I know. And Memphis comes in, and Memphis has been okay, not great. So you build momentum, you end with 2 home games, and the biggest thing that this team has emphasized is trying to get the seniors out of here with 3 wins.
And we'll talk a little bit more about rolling forward with the wins later in the show. Thanks so much, Joe.
All right, Emily.
All right, let's take a look back at highlights from Uconn versus Temple.
Hey, razzle-dazzle on the first play. Fox trying to get away, gets the corner. Blitz coming. Cochran fires, pass, caught. 45, 48-yard line. And that is a first down by Walker. Again, incomplete. Slant pass. First and 20, ball dropped. Walker. Whoa! And a surprisingly vocal crowd getting into this one. Cochran, the pass, caught. That would be very important. From the 25-yard line, Cochran, play action, rolling right, throwing. And there's a start. That's a first down. On 200 total yards here in the first half. Walker, the play action. And ball's loose. And let's see who's got it. Connecticut has it. Walker was stripped. And coming up with the football for the Huskies in there was Tim Willman. 3. Uconn after the timeout. Short pass, throws, complete. First down. He's had 2 100-yard games so far this season. And all the way out beyond the 45, near the 47-yard line, 3:15. DiLorenzo on the hook area tonight. Cochran. Protection is good, and he delivers a strike into the end zone. Touchdown, Jeremy Davis.
Because they've struggled so much this year.
Walker, they go for the handoff, and nothing doing. The break, Connecticut scored a touchdown on its opening drive in the third quarter. That's where we stand now. Here's Walker. Walker brought down this time. They finally got him. Cochran throwing. Pass caught. It's Davis. He's making all the clutch catches. Max DiLorenzo with a touchdown run for Uconn. Cochran, touchdown, Connecticut. 3rd down and 5. 4.5 to go, 4th quarter. Walker fires, intercepted. It's Smallwood. Race to the end zone. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Huskies. Minute to play. Smallwood again, all the way back at the 45-yard line. What a ball game. Uconn scores 28 unanswered points, all in the second half, are going to come off the mat and get their first win of the year here at the Link.
We have defensive coordinator Hank Hughes returning to the set today. Thanks so much for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me, Emily.
Now, we had our first win of the season this weekend. The excitement and life that we saw out of the team was just so great to see. After a long first part of that season, how necessary was that win for team morale?
Well, we've been looking for that win all season long, so we're real excited about it, and certainly it was great to see the kids get that victory.
And your defense looked really good out there. 5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and that Yawin pick 6 that ended up being the game winner. Did you see a different approach from the squad, or did the pieces just kind of fall together for that defense?
Well, I think, in the first half we made a couple mistakes that got ourselves behind, but in the second half we really did a good job of just executing and doing our assignments, everybody doing what they were supposed to, and Yawin had a chance at that play earlier in the game and actually pulled it in the second time. First time he tipped the ball.
And we'll be having Tim Willman on the show later, who had just a great game for us this weekend on his 23rd birthday. What have you liked about his play and his leadership this year?
Tim's a guy that's gotten better every single year, every single season. He's a guy that's improved in the weight room, improved on the field, and has really worked at it the entire time he's been here. And certainly Saturday he had a huge game, having the sacks, but also probably more importantly, he had 2 fumble recoveries. One was a forced fumble by him, and one forced by Willman.
Yeah, those were really exciting plays. We love seeing those. And now we have Rutgers coming up next weekend, a team that no Husky needs extra motivation to play against. That rivalry runs deep. What do you know about this year's Scarlet Knights?
Well, they're a good football team. They're a group of guys that play hard. They have talent, and I think every single time we play Rutgers, it's usually been a very, very close game, so expect nothing different out of this game.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing you guys come out this Saturday and get some back-to-back wins, so thanks so much for coming in. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now let's head out to campus for a little Know Your Foe. For this week's edition of Know Your Foe, we'll be stopping people on campus to find out how much they know about our next opponent, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Who is Uconn football playing this weekend?
Rutgers.
They're playing Rutgers.
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 They're playing Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights.
What are their colors?
Red and white.
Red and black and white, silverish.
Red and white.
Red and gray.
Scarlet and white.
It's actually just scarlet. They only have one color. What do you think of that?
Lame.
What is their mascot?
The Scarlet Knights. The Scarlet Knights.
A bird. They a bulldog?
No. What kind of a man rides a horse?
A scarlet knight.
Why, yes. What a good jump you made.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I can picture it in my head, but...
They battle. Sometimes they joust.
Scarlet Knight?
Yes, the Scarlet Knights. How'd you get that one?
I don't know. Little birdie told me.
Where is it located?
Piscataway, New Jersey.
Piscataway, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Where in New Jersey?
I don't know. No idea.
New Jersey?
That's right. Do you know the city?
Trenton? Wait, Spokane? Spokane? What? Spokane?
You're really close.
Oh, Pocatawa. Piscataway. What?
I know it's in New Jersey,
Yes.
but I'm not positive on the town.
Piscataway.
That's right. We would have accepted that or New Brunswick.
That too.
The campus covers both cities. Okay, great teamwork on that one. What conference are they in?
The American.
What conference will they be in next year?
The Big Ten.
The AAC this year or the Big Ten? Big Ten next year, maybe? Big Ten.
No, you said it right.
Oh, the AAC. No.
Yes, and next year they're in the...
Big Ten.
There we go. We gotcha.
The AAC?
That's right. And what conference will they be in next year?
The ACC? The Big Ten?
Yes.
They are in our conference,
Which is?
the American Athletic Conference.
That's right. And what conference are they going to next year?
They are going to the ACC.
The American.
That's correct. And what conference will they be in next year?
The ACC.
No, try again. Big.
The Big East. Big
No.
Ten. Big Ten.
The Big East.
No, the other big, one of the other bigs.
Big Ten.
Yeah, there you go. Who is the governor of New Jersey?
Why am I blanking on his name?
The initials are CC.
Chris Christie.
Yes, a little help from the peanut gallery, but it is indeed Chris Christie.
Chris Christie.
They're not even giving you a chance to answer it on your own anymore.
Chris Christie.
I have no idea.
Not a clue. Not Mike Rice.
No. What would you say that New Jersey is best known for?
Me or Bruce Springsteen?
Where the Jets play. Jets Meadowlands Stadium. MetLife Stadium.
Their flowers. I don't know. Their food. Their landscape. Their teams. I don't know. Oh, the shore. The shore? Oh, the Jersey Shore. Snooki.
Nothing.
Being dirty.
We are joined now by senior defensive end Tim Willman. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Tim.
Thanks for having me, Emily.
Now, you guys are coming off of a huge win against Temple on the road, the first win of the season. How good did it feel to finally notch one?
I mean, it felt great. We've been working at it since after last season, and, you know, we really haven't been able to get one, and finally we did, so it was such a good feeling for everybody.
And you played so well against the Owls. You had a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 sacks, and all of that on your 23rd birthday in front of a lot of friends and family. What was that like for you?
I mean, it was special, you know, have everybody there support me and have a good game and help the team win, which is, you know, the most important and our only goal, really, to win.
And we saw so much fight from this team this weekend to be able to come back from a 21-0 deficit at halftime. I know this season has been tough for you guys, but what allowed you to keep motivated, not give in, and stay there to get that W?
You know, I mean, it's the coaches and the players. You know, we self-motivate, we motivate each other, and, you know, it's just the mentality thing that we've been able to keep going through all season and, you know, brought it out the second half of Temple, really, and haven't played well.
And this is your senior year here. You'll play your last 2 games at the Rent coming up. When you look back at your time as a Husky, what has it meant to you?
I mean, it's honestly, these last 4.5 years have been the best time of my life. You know, I've learned so much. I've met so many great people that I'll keep, you know, all these lessons and all these people I'll keep with me forever. And, you know, it's just an unforgettable experience at a great place.
Well, we know you'll have your last 2 tests as a Husky here coming up, but we're going to put you through our game called 3 and Out.
Okay, I can't wait.
All right, Tim, how it works is I will ask you 3 questions about yourself, and you give me the first answer that comes to mind. Then we'll do it again 3 and Out about your teammates.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's go. First question. What is your typical breakfast?
Usually I just eat eggs. Sometimes I mix up some bacon or some oatmeal in there, but eggs are quick, easy.
Okay, high protein breakfast. Nice. Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
Without a doubt, Peyton Manning.
Okay, why?
Tom Brady, I don't know, he's just, you ever see the videos of him online dancing at Carnival or whatever, going down the slide like this? And I like the Manning family.
Okay, Manning family's easy to like. Okay, what is the first thing that you would do if you won the lottery?
First thing I would do, I'd probably take a nice vacation.
Okay. Any place in particular?
Somewhere warm, probably Caribbean or Europe.
Okay, anywhere warmer than stores, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's not hard to find.
All right, 3 and out about your teammates.
Okay.
Which teammate would make the best head coach?
I'd probably say Yowen Smallwood. He spends a lot of time in the film room. He studies the game. He knows the game well.
Okay, good field motivator too?
Exactly.
Okay, very nice. Now, I know that it was cold at Temple. Which teammate of yours complained the most about the cold, was a little wimpy about it?
And the wind, probably a lot of the Florida guys. They're not used to this. They're used to being warm and in the sun all year round, so definitely Florida guys.
Okay, it wasn't easy for them. All right, lastly, what is one thing that you want Husky fans to know about your buddy kicker, Chad Christen?
Well, I want them to know that if you see him out wearing a really small pink shirt, it's his. He doesn't have a little sister. We were confused at first, but then every day when he's wearing pink shirts and pink tank tops, we were like, Chad, what's going on, man? Are these yours? He's like, yeah, what's wrong? We just laugh at him for that.
A little bit of a different fashion sense than you.
Exactly.
All right, Tim. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We've loved seeing you grow over these last 4.5 years, and good luck in your last few games there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, now this week we have a special segment called Overtime for our latest national champions, the Uconn field hockey team.
And, I just want to say on behalf of the entire football team, congratulations to you girls. You deserved it. You had a great season, and you guys are #1.
#1, that's right. Let's head now to Overtime. We are joined now by a national champion field hockey player, Ro Upton. Thanks so much for coming here today, and congratulations on the big win.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Now, I know it's been a whirlwind since the end of that game, but what does it feel like when you stop and think that you are now a national champion?
It's all still settling in. I can't quite believe it. It's a dream come true, to be honest. I never thought I'd be over here in the States winning a national championship. It's incredible,
Now let's go through the start of this Final Four journey through that semifinal game. That was such a crazy game. 1-1 in regulation, then we went to 2 overtimes, and those penalty shots that are just so nerve-wracking to go through. What did it take for you to go through 100 minutes and then that shootout and still come through with that win?
Physically and mentally, that was the toughest game I think I've ever played in my entire life. But just as a group, we've come together so much this season. We really, we spoke to each other nonstop. We were rallying each other on. We weren't giving up. There was nobody was going to take the chance away from us to get to the national championship final. So when we got to overtime, we were quietly confident that we could, pull out a goal. And then when it got to the shootout, there was nothing stopping us. We had Sarah Mansfield in goal, the best goalkeeper in America.
And you guys got it done.
We did, thankfully,
And then that national championship game. You had a 2-0 victory over Duke. I know your legs were tired. I know you were terribly cold, but you still came out strong. 2 goals in that first half. What was that moment like when that whistle blew and you guys were able to celebrate as a team?
Oh, speechless even thinking about it. It was just a sigh of relief. We had done it. All of those goals that we made at the start of the season, we had come through and we had won the national championship. It was just a dream come true, and it was really about more than just us 24 girls, more than the coaching staff. It was about the whole legacy of Uconn. We've got a great program, and that's really thanks to all the great alumni that we have who've created all this for us, and they all played a huge part in that as well. We were the lucky ones, who were there on this special day, who got to play in the national championship, but it was so special.
And I got a chance to travel with your team, just absolutely had a blast with you guys. Such a great group of women, and obviously so incredibly talented. Does it make that win even sweeter to do it with this group?
Definitely, I don't think there's anything we don't know about each other. It really is a sisterhood in the team. We're a family. And, we pulled together so much this season. We had our ups, we went to California, we cycled across the Golden Gate Bridge, and then we had our downs we had 3 losses in a row. But that really was the defining moment of our season and made us who we were. You know, when you watch the national championship final, if people are out of place, if things weren't clicking together, you know, everybody just rallied for each other. There was no mistakes that could be made with nobody else having your back and being there for you. So it really was just a huge family, a huge team effort, and it was so, so special doing with those girls and with the coaching staff, you know. We got the best coach in America, most wins, and then you got Paul and Sherry, who really are just a huge part of the family, and it really is so, so special.
Well, we are all just so thrilled for you and your teammates, and we hope we can get more Husky fans on the field hockey bandwagon now. Thanks so much for coming on, and again, congratulations for that amazing feat.
Gurb Mila Mahagat. Huskies a boo.
A little Gaelic. Very nice. Thanks so much. All right, let's head back now to a view from the booth. We are back now with a view from the booth. How about that Field Hockey National Championship this weekend?
So exciting. I think it's great that you were down there for it, Emily. And you know, anytime you win a national championship, it's terrific. But let's be honest, when you win a national championship and you beat the Blue Bloods from Durham, North Carolina, it's a little bit sweeter. Nancy Stevens has had such a phenomenal career here. It's great to see her rewarded with her first national championship as a coach.
It really was so exciting to see them get that. What a wonderful weekend for the Huskies in all sports.
Amazing.
So let's jump into
jump to football.
To football now. Yeah, the Huskies have Rutgers next. They are 5-5 this season. Similar outcomes in conference games as the Huskies have had. What have you seen from Rutgers this season?
I am stunned that in 5 games this year they have given up 40 points or more. In 3 games, albeit a couple of overtime games, they have given up 50 points or more. That is not Rutgers football. That's not what we've seen from the Scarlet Knights since they became a big rival of Uconn's back in 2000-2001. Obviously, that's not what Rutgers has lived on. They lost a lot of players from last year, and it's kind of a rebuilding year.
And we will be seeing a backup quarterback this weekend. Gary Nova has been benched, and senior Chase Dodd will start. The Huskies played against him in 2010 and 11. What challenges do he and his offense present?
Well, I think they're going to try to throw the ball. I think they've got very talented receivers. One of their better receivers, the kid who's got 9 touchdown catches on the year, 8 in the fourth quarter, is injured and won't play. But I think if you're Rutgers, you look at what's worked against Uconn this year. I don't think they'll be able to run the ball very much, but I think their passing attack is what they'll try to do. And whether it's Dodd, Emily, or whether it's Nova, they're not going to change the game plan all that much from what they've done all season long.
And you mentioned that stat earlier about the number of points that the Scarlet Knights give up, 32 points per game, and their secondary is a bit weak. What have you seen from their defense this season that we should be looking out for?
Well, I think one Rutgers' strong point is they're always going to attack the quarterback. They're going to rush. They're going to try to rattle Casey Cochran in the pocket. And they've also, one of the things they've been successful with against Uconn is being opportunistic, forcing turnovers, turning turnovers into points. I think they're going to come out in an attack mode. Obviously, the last 2 weeks they've given up 93 points in losing a pair of games, and they're kind of sick and tired of that. I think we're going to see a very aggressive Rutgers team, and I think Uconn's got to be ready for that.
And the Uconn-Rutgers rivalry is one that fans and players alike just love. The Huskies are coming off of a win. We've got a home game at the Rent. How do you see our Huskies coming out against these Scarlet Knights?
Well, I think there'll be a lot of emotion on both sides because it's the last time they'll play for the foreseeable future with Rutgers going into the Big Ten. I think momentum is a great thing, but I think a little bit like in baseball, momentum's only as good as your next day pitcher. Uconn has to be excited coming off the win last Saturday at Temple, but they understand they're playing a much better team this week. So they've got to channel that energy from last week and keep the crowd in the game early. Obviously, everybody's will be in a festive holiday spirit. I know you will as well. And the fact that if Uconn can get off to a good start and give people in the stands hope, I think that'll really channel the emotion for Uconn.
Looking for back-to-back wins this weekend.
Absolutely. Why not?
All right.
It's been a long time.
It certainly has. We would love that as fans and team alike. The Huskies will take on Rutgers Saturday, November 30th. The game is at noon. You can watch it on ESPNU. And, of course, listen to Joe D'Ambrosio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Now, we want people to turn up at the game. I mean, I'd love you to bring a transistor radio and listen, but it's Thanksgiving and everybody will be in a festive mood. Fans will be full of turkey and cranberry sauce and maybe a sarsaparilla or two. But we need people to show up because this team has worked hard. Despite their record, they've kept in with this all-in theme that TJ Wiest has brought in. So it would be good for fans to come out and show this team a little bit of support coming off that win.
Certainly will. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to The Blitz. With Joe D'Ambrosio, I'm Emily Noonan. We want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving on behalf of the entire Blitz crew here. Thanks so much. We'll see you out there.